Hi guys, beautiful day in Vancouver, and we have Kevin Karatash here. He's going to make a couple statements about today's history, I would say, about past history comparison to 2020. So, Kevin, just give me your idea. What do you think about this time in 2020? About COVID-19 and politics and
Politics of
system.
lockdown?
Yes, please.
The politics of lockdown.
That's right.
Well, you have to look at the history
Yes.
and see the historical event, similar event to this one. What would you lock down your entire population for a few months? The services are not working. Production is almost stopped. People are not moving. The similar thing happened in 1929 when the Western Hemisphere was preparing for war.
So you are talking about 1929 lockdown in US when all the fabrics are start turning into the
What they call the depression.
machines, right? It's a big depression you're talking about.
Big
Okay.
depression.
Okay. That's
This
pretty
is
good
similar
point.
to the depression.
Okay.
In a depression, suddenly the factories, the entire industry has to change in order to produce war equipment.
Oh yeah, like for example, the Fords changed their fabric into start making tanks and war machines, right?
The textile has to produce the outfit for the soldiers instead
The
of for
uniform
the,
you're talking
Yes.
about. Okay. Okay.
and the other industries has to produce the ammunition. The universities,
Okay.
entire education has to prepare the people for the national unity, as
Okay.
well prepare them. The church as well has to prepare the people for the struggle to come. So entire things were changing, and doing that, the depression has to be in such a way that you can retrain your workers.
Okay. So you are saying now the 1929 Big Depression in U.S. has like a similar start like this one.
Well, if you look at it at the time, that suddenly the Wall Street was down,
Yes.
and the factories were closing their doors. There was surge of unemployment everywhere in the United States, and the people just suddenly become so poor that bread was rationed, the food was rationed, and you have almost the entire U.S. Workers or out of work, and if you look at the stages forward, like months later, like a year later, then the factories slowly start to retrain the new employees.
So you are saying sorry, I cut you off. So you are saying now the similar movements in Big Depression is start happening everywhere in the world, not just in Canada.
Well,
Correct?
if you look at since the Cold War ended, there are only one hegemon in the world,
Okay.
and
Can you a little bit open them up? What does it mean hegemon? Because I'm sure that a lot of people they're not gonna understand that word. Little bit.
hegemon in a power structure, you have only one power source, not two.
Okay.
Is a unipolar. It's not the polar. Polar means you have a two or three or more powers balancing one another.
Okay.
Unipolar means that you have only one power above everybody else. It's just like in empires. In empires, you may have one king, but one king over all other kings.
Okay.
So that's why we call emperor.
Okay.
Is the king of kings. So hegemon is one power source above everybody else. So after the Cold War, there is that Cold War ended. It paved the way to only one power source, which is the United States. And the entire countries in the world now they have the bandwagon behind one or the other. Of course, some stay with the eastern part too. So the world as at that times were right and left, today is west and east.
Okay.
And as the stress is building up since the Cold War, now is at the epicenter of negotiation, whether the one part is going to join to the other.
So you are saying the lockdowns are actually the first starts of the World War, basically.
I'm not saying it's the World War.
Okay.
I'm saying is the struggle and negotiation toward the war.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say,
so
if everything
this time right now is all these international lockdowns, and many people losing their jobs, and the governments are like start giving substitutes to people that who doesn't have a jobs and everything. So this is just going to be temporarily, and it's going to be more that common, and is the people is going to be like more actually starving. They're going to lose their jobs and businesses, and homelessness is going to be going like really, really high. Is it? Do you think it's like more extreme?
I think is very much extreme. The word extreme is good to just to describe this.
Okay.
That because you're not locking down your population, say for 1 day or 2 days or 1 week or 2 weeks, as the way they did it in New York. It was the lockdown was only a few weeks, I would say, but now they're talking about the 4 months, and they're still not sure that how that's going to go down. And but if you ask me, this is answer to multiple challenges is coming down to our age. One of them I would say is the war, which is the strongest one. But the secondary, even if it's not toward there, that states are now, they want to have a full control of their citizen life.
So what you're saying is like the control is meaning that the government is actually going to interact with the individual people's life?
You mean,
like individually, let's say now, like they're gonna be considering who's going to receive the money and who's not, or who's going to have a job or not, or who's going to have a ratio like the food or not.
you have to look at it in a way they're restructuring their society as like they're going back to if this is designed to respond to threat from the east, if they're preparing for war, and if this is stages of that, they're showing them that how determined they are, then we don't know exactly what's the government doing.
Okay.
Like you cannot determine.
So you are saying now, like for example, like we are living in Canada. This is a Canada, Vancouver. So the government is actually increased the money that they are actually going to supply to the people. So they just announced it the other day. They are going to give more money because they really don't know how long these COVID-19 lockdowns are going to be.
So that's economic level. That's the individual level. I'm speaking about the state level.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to say, we are trying to understand what the next step is going to be. So next step, whether step A or step B, but one thing is beneficial to the state is that the population right now will have difficulty going overseas, for example.
So this is actually is gonna be very good for the government, the states.
I think
obviously, right?
I think it's the second stage from the September 11. After September 11, entire airport filled with the security, and you have to go through this checkup, which taking a long time, and that long time, of course, is slowing down the transportation, slowing down.
So you are saying that
aviation.
is actually governments are in the world, they are going to implant different types of securities and different types of amendments.
Different type of security for health reasons.
Oh, for health reasons. Okay.
And now you have to go a different checkpoint.
So this is going to be maybe our next video is going to be talk about the digital life then.
It's digital life in a state, but this is response to globalization.
Globalization. Okay.
So they're slowing down the globalization.
Okay.
The people are.
So you are saying that maybe West and East is in the point of they are breaking up.
Separation.
Separation. Okay. So this is the one of the biggest.
Separation.
Okay. So let's make another video for the maybe about the separation of East and West by COVID-19. next video, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it.